Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here with Survival Living. As you see here, this is camp. Fixing to be camp. We did not do a Friday night live stream, and mainly because today's Friday and I'm going to be out here and I don't have Wi-Fi access to the internet or anything like that. So we are filming today. We're going to do an overnight tonight out here, and there are trails, big trails, everywhere. Now this is a snake infested area. Trust me on that. There are some ditches and stuff like that, water drainage over in that direction. Cottonmouths, water moccasins are notorious there. There's a couple retention type of ponds back in that area, a good half-mile from that. But this is Florida. Water sources means wildlife, and usually some bad wildlife. So we're going to set up here, even though I am in a game trail. I count 1, 2, 3 large trails. So something is going through. But the dirt is dug up around these trails. So I'm thinking these might be possum, armadillos, something like that, because they're digging up the ground. So if anything, it's just going to be a nuisance at night. But I'm going to go ahead and get started here, guys, and start getting set up. So one may ask, dude, what are you doing out there in the middle of summer out in some overgrown field camping? A couple reasons. One, I love the outdoors. I love camping, okay? Being all busted up the year prior, it sucked, okay? I enjoy being outdoors. Now I did get to go on a couple outdoor overnights with my other prepping community there in Apopka, Florida, but I like just getting outside. Number 2, there's some things I want to check out and I wanted to do kind of review on. But first one is the emergency Bibby. This is one of these products that I had purchased from Prescott Caliber Club. Now the reason why I went and got this, I have a negative degree mummy bag, military style. That thing is heavy, and having to truck around with that thing all the time sucks. I don't need it down here in Florida. Now, am I going to need it in other places? Absolutely. But I want to test out these things. All right, I want to see how well they do, how durable they are. So it's, from my understanding, it's kind of like one of those emergency blankets, except it doesn't rip as easy. If you remember those shiny bags, sheets, I should say. So this is the XL. It is 84 inches by 60 inches. It says also fits 2 people. Okay, so we're going to give that a try tonight. And it does get chilly out here. We're in North Florida. The other item that I knew I was going to need is the mosquito net. This is what we're setting up first before we set up our tarp. This is a must-have out here in Florida and a lot of other places. Mosquitoes will eat you up out here. I mean, I got them flying around right now, and it's almost 10 o'clock now. And I'm sweating like crazy. Excuse me, guys. Should get my bandana out. So I want to give this a try, see how well it is. This is the UST or UTS, I forgot. UST brand. All right. Also picked this up from Ryan, and I do have a 100-foot of paracord. Comes in a little nifty carabiner I picked up from his website, and I also picked up my standard clotheslines. I get these from Walmart, 100 feet. They work great. They don't have the individual strands like the paracord does. This is a cloth strand on the inside, so you can't separate it like you would your paracord in a survival situation. But thank goodness we got a cloud. Yeah. So let me get back to work, guys, and I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can. And then I might have to hoof it back in to the house and go get my tripod, because I didn't pack it. I packed my selfie stick, but I can't really do things and have one hand on the selfie stick recording. So I might need to go back and go grab that. Okay, so we've got our area cleared out. We're going to run some paracord from that tree there to up in these trees here. That's going to be our lines for our tarp. Yeah, I got the machete. That's what I used to clear out all this area. Manual bush hog. Yeah. It is hot out here. This is Florida. It is hot. So key is water. I have 2 gallons of water with me currently. I do have my Sawyer Mini and stuff like that if I need it. I don't believe I need any more for one night. I am just pacing myself. When I start sweating, I stop. Alright. There's plenty of time to still work on this. It's a little after 9 this morning. But yeah, it's hot, guys. It's really hot. So, luckily I do have our briefcase solar panel. I keep that in my pack. It's bulky, it's heavy. It's not the best, but I'm able to charge up our cell phone, because I use the cell phone to film. And we'll be charging up again here, I don't know, a few hours, because making videos uses up a lot of batteries. I do have a spare battery for this phone, but it doesn't hurt to have a charger. So let me get some lines up in this tree. Very nice. I got my mat down because I am old. But anyway, if I don't lay down on my knife here, yeah. Now there is a little droop there. That's only because this thing expands. The netting expands much further out, as you can see here. But because of the way I have the tarp set up, yeah, see my duct tape? I had a hole. Well, I've got my shelter made. I just had to make the area a little tighter with the netting. Definitely hot out. With the shade though, with the tarp, cut the heat down a great deal. Now I did not use the bright orange, well, fluorescent 550 cord that I purchased. It was cheaper for me to use up the clothesline that I had compared to using the 550 cord. I like using that 550 cord for survival, especially because it has the strands in it. So I don't even know why I swatted. I saw a bug on the outside of the net, and I automatically thought it was coming at me. Crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs on the outside of the net, so that's good. We are far enough away from the ant pile there, I believe, so that'll be good. Fixing to cook up some dinner here in a minute. Well, technically it'll be lunch. And sorry, I'm watching a wasp right now. He's digging around in the ground over there. There's no telling what all I destroyed. Cutting this grass with a machete, there's probably nests of all kind of stuff out here. I'm just glad I'm on this side of the net, because that's a pretty big wasp. So right fast, guys, let's go over some specs on this net. It is 83 by 63 inches and 70 inches. So I believe that 70 inches is the height. 83 by 63, 63 wide, 83 long, and a depth of 70 inches. So that's not bad. Now this thing did come with some hardware and stuff. I guess if you're screwing into trees, those little screw hooks. Even comes with some keepers, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Also came with its own rope. I think they were like 5-foot section of rope that we used to tie off with. So shelter is in place. We have a slight droop down this side here in case it rains, but we have no rain in the forecast. If I didn't have the netting in, or if I had my cot with me, I would have extended the tarp out to the next set of eye holes on this side and shot it outward and then tied down with the stakes. That way it the wind and rain is coming in. It does help with the front side. We're not expecting any rain today, so I wasn't worried about that. We went over, tied off, shot down, staked down, and then we gave ourselves a flooring. Now, that's one of the reasons we also have that pad in there, is because these stubs are harsh, okay? So, I mean, this area has not been bush hogged since, actually prior to Hurricane Michael. So yeah, it's a rough little area. Alright guys, so I did get the tripod. I just got back to camp. Took a minute too. Now we have some type of fire-free warning thing right now, so I got to run a cold camp, unfortunately. So while I was at the house, I went and got my thermos, boiled up some water, and filled it up, because for lunch we've got Mountain House biscuit and gravy, and I need to have boiling water. Also later tonight, I'm gonna want coffee. This is instant coffee. I've done a video a while back where we package vacuum seal coffee. It's just easier to throw in a bug out bag. So I am going to make lunch anyway. It says ready in 10 minutes. Just add water, no extra. Clean up, 11 grams of protein. Make sure you get the oxygen over out. That is important. I'm not sure what we're having for dinner. I either have the rice, mixed rice one, or I've got the stewed beef. I got to take a look to see. Alright, so get that out of here. I'll set that there. Don't worry guys, I do have a trash bag in my bug out bag. Ooh, we got pieces of sausage. That's sausage. And that is biscuit. Alright. So 1.5 cups of boiling water. I do not have a measuring cup, but it's roughly a cup in my thermos. So let's go ahead and get our water going here. And that is hot because I just burned my finger. I spilt some on me. Medic! Medic! Alright, so hopefully those measurements are right. Or we're going to have biscuit and gravy soup. Okay, now stir carefully, close zipper. Stir careful. I guess don't splash the boiling water on you like I did. Alright, so that is stirred. It does have a zipper pouch. Alright, sealed. Wait 5 minutes. Now, I am cooking in camp. Mainly because about the worst wildlife other than snakes, we have coyotes. Alright. Coyotes usually don't mess with you. Alright. Unless they're really starving, it's going to be a bunch of them. But I haven't ever seen any coyote in this area. I mean, we got that fox. But, yeah, I think I'll be alright. Now, if you are camping in the backwoods, my recommendation, cook away from your campsite. A good deal. I would say minimum. Alright, when I was in West Glacier, Montana, and I had that bear come through my camp, my recommendation, if you're in bear country, go about a half mile, cook your food, store your food up in the tree. Don't bring your food to camp. Don't eat at camp. Do everything away from camp. If you have to use the restroom, do it away from camp. Because you will have unwanted guests. Black bears, on the other hand, they'll come in and they'll stalk you for miles. I mean, I've had them stalk me before days. You know, I've seen them in the distance. The same bear. It's not because I was in deep bear country as far as mini bear. It was definitely the same bear, and he would always stay out of range too. but he always followed me. So I cut that trip short. I was out there for about a week, and for about 3 days he followed me everywhere. I was sleeping in the trees. I figured that, I mean, yeah, bears climb trees, don't get me wrong. But I felt like I had a better chance with my jungle hammock in the trees compared to being on the ground. He never came in my camp that I'm aware of, but, you know, if you can hear some type of motorcycle or something like that, there are roads out there not far, I don't know, quarter mile from my location, maybe half mile. So that's what you're hearing in the background. I'm not in the deep woods. I am in an overgrown field. This is property that has not been tended for a very long time, and it's about all I can do right now. Alright, so while we wait on our biscuit and gravy, I just stirred it up. It's almost done. Real quick, guys, comms. It could be any radios. This is the Retevis 2-way that we did a review on. I do have it set to channel 2. This way I can keep in touch with people. I'm close enough to the house where if something happens, I can contact them. Being out here by yourself, it doesn't bother me none at all. I've camped by myself for a long time. But for peace of mind, having communication, and also a first aid kit. Now this is not a pre-bought one. This is one that I build myself. I am going to be looking into building some nicer kits, mainly for the wife's bug out bag and mine. I was on Prescott Caliber Club's website, and he has some really good stuff in there that I want to get, especially the blood clot. I do like the clotting agent that he has. He has, like, I think it's 2 different types. So I'm definitely going to get something like that, because I've been split open before, and sometimes it takes a while to stop the bleeding. Having something like that would be cool. Of course, water. Alright, got to have water. Now, I do have a 3-liter. I've got 2 of my liquor bottles. It is water in there, guys, don't worry. But I like these liquor bottles, alright? This one here is painted. It's a hard plastic, and that's why I like it. It's very durable. If you drop it, of course I had to make it out of a hard plastic because you get everyone drunk all the time. They'd be dropping stuff all the time. So this actually works very well. And since my Sawyer Mini does not screw on tops of those, keep a 20-ounce soda bottle. That way I can just screw my Sawyer Mini on. If I have to go get water, I know where a water supply is. I can go get it. But, just things that you should always keep on you in your bug out bag. I mean, basically I'm running everything out of my bug out bag. Even our solar lantern, I showed that before, that goes in my bug out bag. It lights up everything very nicely. We can't have a campfire out here because of that no fire order that they've got. The reason being is because not too far away from me, we do have a wildfire outside of Southport, Florida. And we're not far from Southport, we're in Youngstown. And there was a really big one outside Pensacola near Milton, Santa Rosa area. Now we've got one near us. So everything's, last thing I need to do is have fire going and having helicopters overhead. Yeah, I'm eating. It's very hot. But this is actually probably one of the best meals I've ever had by Mountain House. It actually tastes like biscuit and gravy with sausage. So it's actually, it's pork sausage, so, and it is hot. Oh yeah. It was definitely worth the, I think I paid $7 for this one at Walmart. I don't think it was $8. A lot of their meals, Walmart prices everything, but usually it's like $8 a meal. I think I got these for $7. Well, it says, I read it somewhere, it's perfectly peppered sausage and gravy. It definitely has pepper, which is okay, because it's not bad. 560 calories for the container. Definitely not bad. So, I'm going to finish eating lunch. Sorry, I'm still eating lunch. I just thought of something. Here I am, sitting outdoors, listening to the birds, other insects crawling around. I'm going to take the time, guys, encourage everybody. Find some time to go camping, okay? Even if it's at a state park or something like that, find some time to go camping. Take your bug out gear, test it out. All right, you see, I don't have a tent with my bug out gear. My wife has a tent in her gear. Usually I just use a tarp. Now, a tent is very nice, especially late at night, to keep critters from crawling up in your tarp area, and I've had that happen. I woke up with a snake not in my bag, but in my tarp area before. It was a real wooded area out in Oregon. Now, I don't think it moved pretty quick, and so did I. I don't think it was a poisonous one. I think it just was attracted to my warmth of my body. But, give me a second. That was very peppery. Excuse me, one moment. Oh, better. Let that stuff cool off a little bit. Definitely recommend going camping, guys. If part of your plan is bugging out, definitely you need to start camping, get used to it. All preppers really should learn how to camp, be used to being outdoors, because I mean, we prepare for shit hits the fan. I know some people prepare for different scenarios than I do. Of course, with the bug and everything that just, that we're dealing with now, I wouldn't recommend running to the woods. I mean, keep yourself at home and keep away from people. But yeah, I mean, you really should be outdoors. You should be learning things outdoors. Let me get a radio check, babe.
Hey, baby, I'm here. Hey, I'm missing a fork. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I grabbed one of the forks out of the tray.
You mean to tell me that my Retrono Airmaze fork is in your bug-out bag?
Yeah.
You're in so much trouble, mister.
I couldn't find my spork. Whoops. I thought it was just a fork. Yeah. I'm actually probably am in trouble for that. Alright guys, so we've got our emergency survival Bibby. This is the XL. It is manufactured by SOL, and no, it is not what you're thinking. It is Survive Outdoor Longer is the actual name of the company, not what I wanted to say. So, the inside material is just like the Mylar blankets, the emergency blankets, but the exterior has a thicker coat. So it's definitely almost a rubberized feel. Not quite rubber, but it's got some durability on it. So this is what we will be using. Now luckily we do have the mat, so that keeps any holes from getting punctured into this at night. This is what we're going to be using tonight, guys, instead of our thicker sleeping bag. Now this thing, let's see if I can get in the picture here. That's touching the bottom. Yeah, so it's plenty tall. I am right at 6 feet, so it's actually longer than that. Width-wise, for 2 people, yeah, definitely. I mean, 2 people for sure can fit in this thing. So, like I said, this is what we'll be using tonight. Now, to get a little up close and personal here with you guys. So, yes, that is the product. SOL, Survive Outdoors Longer, not what I first thought it was. It did come with a little card here talking about the material used. One side's English, one side I'm guessing Spanish. I couldn't tell you. But it is referring to the heat shield material used in your emergency bivvy represents a more durable, quieter, reflective material than traditional mylar polyester space blanket products. And it is quieter. I don't know how loud it was on the mic, because that is the shotgun mic, so it may have picked up louder, but it's actually a lot quieter than those bright, shiny emergency blankets. Now, of course, it does come in that bright orange, so if you're using it and it's a survival situation where you're wanting to be rescued, hey, you know what? That's extra. I mean, that's a bright flag. So it does come with a little case, a little sack, compression sack. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it back in. We will give it a try, but we'll see, guys. I mean, it might work, it might not. I do know that Ryan did send me the XL because I'm a big boy. It's his polite way of saying I'm fat. Nah, he sent that to me though. So yeah, I mean, 2 people. It's 84 inches across by 60 inches length. So that's not bad. I mean, I can definitely put 2 people in there, that's for sure. So even with my big fat boy self. Now, little story for you. I've traveled on freight trains and lost my bag before. Actually, it got sucked off the train. I was getting it out of my bag and it wasn't rolled up. It was packed in my bag, and this was a cheaper bag. This was a Walmart special, whatever material they make them out of. The wind just got it and took it away. And I did have tarps. Now, I was using tarps, and I was coming out of Fargo, North Dakota. I was heading back towards Seattle. I'm not really sure where exactly I lost the bag, because there's not really any road signs on the freight trains. Sometimes they're right close to the roads where you can see where you are, especially the sand line near, south near the border. You can easily see road signs and stuff like that. But there wasn't. There was just mountain range. So I'm not exactly sure where it was. I do know I got off in Gold Bar, Washington. So somewhere along that route is where I lost the bag. But it was wintertime, and a tarp is what I used for just keeping my heat in. I don't know how well the tarp was actually keeping my heat in, because I was still pretty cold, but it worked as a windbreak, and it just kept that wind off that train from hitting me. No, I wasn't in a little box car. I was on a double stack. You ever see those trains where they carry these big old cargo containers and they got them double stacked on top of each other? They're called hot shot rides. Double stacks, hot shots. They're not stopping for anything. Inside the train itself, you have the cargo containers on, and you got a little space in between both ends. Now, some of them are rides. You can actually get down in between on the ends of the cargo container, and you can duck down the wheel well and you ride it out just like that. I am not recommending anybody to be a train rider. I was a train rider. I'm just telling you my history. It's illegal, okay? It is illegal. Well, some of those rides, they have the flooring cut out. All it is X-bracing all over the bottom, and they put that cargo container in. Now, the rumor was they started doing that to get rid of riders, so riders wouldn't be riding the trains. But I actually think it's just a weight issue is why some of them don't have them in there. But, way to get around it, I grabbed a piece of plywood, threw in it, jumped up on the plywood, rode it out. But that's how I lost my bag, because there were still gaps in the floor from the plywood, and when I took my bag out of my backpack, it sucked underneath the train. By using a tarp, I was able to keep that wind from beating on me. I mean, it was some cold winds. I mean, it's wintertime, guys. It's snow. So the tarp did work. So I do see how one of these emergency bivvies, I like the bivvy idea better than just the emergency blanket, because every time I use those emergency blankets, I'm always wrapping myself and trying to lay down with them, and they always open up in the middle of the night. So a bivvy will stay sealed, keep your heat in. So I like the bivvy idea. compared to just the regular space blankets. So yeah, really looking forward to checking this out. Ryan, definitely appreciate the hookup, man. I really do. You really, all the products you sent are very durable. I'm really impressed with this mosquito netting. Like I said, guys, there is some droop in the netting down there. It's only because it's supposed to be expanded so wide, and I'm trying to fit that in this tarp setup I have. Now, if I would have had one of my square tarps with us, the bigger ones, which I don't keep in my bug out bag because they're just bigger, and I pulled it up into a tree limb and make a canopy on and above, I could have ran these out full extension. But this right here, just for myself, is plenty of room. This is actually a 2-person mosquito net, but it's just me out here. The wife is at home. Actually, I have her on the radio here. Hold on one second. Hey baby, let me get a radio check.
I'm here.
Hey, do you want to say hello to everybody on camera?
Okay.
Well, I am recording, so go right ahead. Baby doll?
Yes?
Oh, you didn't get my last transmission. I'm recording, so go right ahead and say hello.
Hello, everybody.
My wife wasn't coming out here. So are you enjoying the air conditioning?
Oh, most definitely. We're living high on the hog now, people.
Well, I'm out here sweating my butt off. It must be nice to have air conditioning.
Yes, dear, you're amazing. You're a god. I live for you. Is that good?
I'll cut that part out. Alright guys, so getting ready, getting our coffee ready to get made. Like I said, I've got that no fire order thing going on right now, so luckily this thing stays hot for a very long time. Fixing to make some coffee here. Now this is vacuum sealed coffee. This is coffee that we vacuum seal ourselves, so it's just instant Folgers. We'll put it in our pack and vacuum seal them. Of course, sometimes you gotta bust them up afterwards, but still tastes great. All right. And this is for a big cup. One of these cups. I like my coffee strong. So, not these little Mickey Mouse cups. Those are only a cup at a time. So I do know I have a survival spork in my bug out bag, but I currently have my bug out bag positioned to be used as a pillow later, so I don't feel like digging everything out. But this works just fine. And it's still scalding hot. Now, I put boiling hot water in this. This is the same thermos of boiling water that we made our biscuit and gravy with. So it was boiling hot. It's not boiling, but it's hot. Alright guys, so we're losing light quick. I'm going to go and demonstrate getting in this thing before we lose the light. So, unfortunately, I mean, I got LEDs, but sometimes it just doesn't pick up very well on camera. So, let's go ahead and get started here. first things first, off with the boots. Yeah. And take your boots inside. Do not leave your boots outside. I've had scorpions in mine before. Not a lot of fun. I'll be straight up honest with you. Alright, now tonight I'm going to tuck this underneath the mat on this side. But for right now, I am not. And let's stretch this out so I can get in it. Just like that. And there we go. So, luckily, let me get my hat off. This thing is tall enough. Stretch it all the way out here. Pull some of this material up. Making sure I get my neck and the back side of my head. And I can wrap it. Even better, make sure you leave your mouth open. Or at least a spot for your mouth to breathe, because you don't want to suffocate in this thing. So, I can tell you right now, I'm already hot. The reason being is because it's humid out here, and it was already hot to begin with. So, I'm going to come out of this thing, hang out here for a bit, and wait for it to cool off before climbing in this thing, because one thing I don't want to do is start sweating in this sucker. Alright guys, so it's starting to get a little dark. I'm so scared. No. I do want to go over a couple things with you. Most things outdoors runs from humans, okay? Now you start hearing all kind of things scattering around at night. There's a lot of nocturnal animals out there, and one of the easiest way to rid yourself and run off a lot of stuff is having a campfire. Alright, we can't have a campfire here. It's got to be cold camp. I got some extra lighting up right now, just helps with the footage. But pans, alright, this is simple mess kit pan. It has been beaten all to crap, trust me. It is battle hardened. Actually, it needs to be replaced. It's just worn out, but works very well. Of course, you can bang a lot more than just that, but I didn't want to deafen you on the camera. Alright guys, so it's after midnight right now. I want to get up and try to keep filming throughout the night. You know, shoot the breeze with you, but the cats stopped moving. All that racket, they stopped a little while back. I'll get a flashlight here. I hear a dog barking in the background. He's a good ways off though. It did get chilly. Oh, chillier. I'm still not in the bag. I just got it draped over me right now. So I mean, it is getting chilly, but I can't sleep inside this thing. It is just that warm. So I can definitely say that in a cold environment, this thing is going to be great. I'm still thinking about getting a secondary for my wife's bag. As long as we stay in the states that we're in right now, I don't think we even need our larger bags right now. I think we'll still rock the well, we'll start using these. I mean, we got some lighter, very lightweight bags. We'll probably still keep those, but sorry, I'm making much sense right now, am I? Oh, let me make some coffee. So yeah, I'm about done with the filming tonight, guys. I don't even have the bag on tonight. It just generated way too much heat. Like I said, it's pretty warm out here right now. It's muggy. So yeah, I do give it a thumbs up, but it's just too muggy, guys. So right now I've just been sleeping on the mat. It's been working out good, so that's what I've been doing. Alright guys, so I heard some racket a little while ago. It wasn't a cat, it was something big. So I'm about to go out. I ain't heard it move in a couple minutes. I've been banging on the pots and pans, but I didn't hear it leave. And it sounded pretty close. Fixing to fire up a cigarette. Sometimes the smell of tobacco runs things off. It could just be another cat. Then again, it could be one of those armadillo guys. Those armadillos are notorious. When we were in Leesburg, we got visited by armadillos all the time. I mean, all hours of the night to about 4 in the morning. It's a little after 2 right now. So it's probably an armadillo. Remember the trails I was talking about? The dig spots? That's probably what it is. Could be a possum. My old man said he saw a possum, a big one. He was messing with his septic line for his RV when we first moved over here. When we had that bent spindle when we first got here. Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. Alright guys, so it's a little after 4 right now. I did go take a look outside earlier. I didn't see nothing. I mean, there's nothing to record because I just didn't see nothing. Unfortunately, we don't have real bright flashlights. I mean, my brightest is the this little LED. I mean, it's bright, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't have much of a range. It's something I am going to invest in, is a better flashlight. I like the ones Canadian Prepper has. They're just out of my price range though. I mean, he's got some really cool flashlights, but I'll get me a better flashlight later. Our lantern's working really well. That's our solar lantern, but it ain't been running all night. So I haven't, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I haven't been running all night. I charged it up in the sun while I was setting up camp and everything, so that's a good thing. But guys, I am gonna call it a night. I'm gonna finish getting some sleep. I got probably almost 2 hours before sunrise. It's actually before 6 a.m. the sun's up down here. But yeah, I need to get back to sleep for a little bit, break down camp in the morning, and I'll get this video uploaded. We're gonna do it as a premiere, but if you're watching this now, it means you already know I did it as a premiere. So again guys, I do apologize for last night's Friday night live stream. What time is it? Yeah, it was last night, Friday night. This Saturday morning now. I try to do Friday nights, and to our channel members, I will make up the membership live stream to you guys, to the paid members. I know I usually try to do that at the end of Friday night, but I don't have Wi-Fi out here guys, so I'm going to try to make that up to y'all. I'll post something in the comment community box, not the comment, the community box, when we can schedule one, so I can get everybody there, all the members, and we can go over some things. But alright guys, y'all take care. Speak to y'all later.